This conference will now be recorded.
So, good morning, everyone. Welcome to PVR Cloud Tech. So, here, guys, my name is Srinivas. I'm having total 12 years of experience. So, my skill set are Python, SQL, Big Data, and Azure Stack. So, here I'm working as a Azure Data Engineer. So, currently I'm working as a Azure Data Engineer in one of the organization. Okay. Now, as part of this training program, so I'm going to discuss about the basics of Python. So today what is agenda? So this training program will be 2 weeks, daily 1 hour, morning 11 a.m. to 11 a.m. to 12 p.m. IST. So every day after the session, I will share the recording and the assignments I'm going to share. Okay. Now, so what is today agenda? Today I'm going to discuss about what is what is what what is program, what is language, types of languages, what is a Python, history of Python, what are the features of Python, and what are the top 10 reasons to learn Python. Guys, here I could see some are freshers, some are non-IT background, some are different, entire different technology people are there, and some are experienced guys are there. So here I have to consider everyone point of view. So I'm going to explain from the basic. Now, first, consider guys, there are two people will be there. There are two persons. So there are two persons are there. To communicate between the two persons, to communicate between the two persons, we should have a language. So it can be any language. So to come, it is a communication between the two persons. Similar way, I am the human being. I am the human being. So here I want to interact with the computer. I want to interact with the computer. So here also we have a languages. Here also we have a languages. Here also we have a languages. So here computer can understand only low level language, which is a mission level language. The language here, the human being which are interactive with the computer, he is going to write a language which is a high level language, and here he is going to write in terms of English statements. Okay, so high level languages are example C, C++, Python, Java, Scala, or multiple languages are there. Okay, multiple languages are there. So this is the high level language where human going to interact with the computer with this high level language, but computer can understand only low level language. Computer can understand only low level language. Then who is going to do this translation from high level to low level language? So which is done by the, here we are having So Python, sorry, here high level language to low level language. This will be conversion can be done by one one is interpreter, another one is compiler. So these two, interpreter and compiler, what they can do is they can convert, okay, they can convert whatever the high level language to low level language. Okay. So here he is going to interact with this computer in terms of English statements. He is going to write a English statements. This compiler or interpreter or compiler, which will converted this one into low level language, which is understand by the computer, which is understand by the computer. Now here, then what is the difference between interpreter and compiler? Difference between interpreter and compiler. For suppose I am the person, okay, so I have written the program. So here program contains set of instructions. Set of instructions, we can call it as a program. Set of instructions. So here what happened is I am going to interact with this one. Okay, so I am going to pass set of instructions I am going to pass. This we can call it as a program. Consider I am having, okay, so 10 lines of program, 1 2 3 4, okay, 10 lines of program. So here I am passing an instructions a equal to 10, okay, b equal to 20, c equal to a. Okay, so some statements I am passing. So here what happened is there are 10 lines of program. First it is going to check whether the syntax is correct or not, whether the syntax is correct or not. So here guys, each language, high level language, each language like Python or C or C++, Java, any language will have a standard syntax. Standard syntax, we should write only those things. We should write only those syntaxes. Means some predefined way we can define the code. Okay, we have to pass the instruction some predefined way. We should follow them. Okay. So for suppose example in the C language we have to write void main. So that is a standard syntax people are maintain. Okay, they implemented like that. So similar way here it is going to check whether it is the standard syntax or not, whether it is the standard syntax or not, whether it is standard syntax or not. For suppose it is not a standard syntax, then it is going to stop the program and it is going to throw error. Boss, you have a mistake at third line. Then it will not go to remaining. It will not go remaining. Here, for interpreter, if any if any of the line got error, it will stop the execution and throw the error. Guys, I'm saying simple terminology. You are passing an instruction, high level language. Okay. At the time of the implementation, they said, boss, there is a standard syntax. We should follow that one. We should follow that one. Here you have written the instructions without that syntax, then it is going to stop the execution. It is going to throw an error. Okay. So which is done by the interpreter. So it will not allow further lines. If line 3 is error, if line 3 is error, if it is interpreter, okay, it is going to stop the program here. It will not go remaining. It will not go remaining. If it is compiler, entire program it will check. It will check entire program. For suppose here if you have errors, okay, third line, okay, seventh line, so it will throw errors. Okay, so here what interpreter is going to do is, for suppose I check the first line, okay, if it is correct, then go second line. It is correct, then go third line. If it is wrong, then it is going to stop the execution. If I fix this one, then it will go to fourth one, fifth one, sixth one. Like that, interpreter is there. But compiler, entire program, what are the errors are there, it is going to check that one. And also it is going to convert high level to low level language. Here, what is Python is, Python is one of the high level programming language. Python is one of the high level programming language. Here, this Python was implemented by Guido van Rossum. Guido van Rossum, so he is the one who implemented the Python. He is the one who implemented the Python. He is still alive. So here, Python is one of the high level programming language, so which is used for application development process much faster and easier. So here he started implementation in 1980s. Okay, he started implementation in 1980s. He started that one. So here, so first release was happened in the 1991. First release was happened in the 1991. So why he introduced that name as a Python is, at that time there is a popular comedy series, Monty Python Flying Circus. So this is one of the popular comedy series in those days. So based on that, he introduced his language name as a Python. He introduced his language name as a Python. Nowadays, Python is become very popular. So why we have to use Python? And what are the futures of Python? Guys, today completely theoretical only. Tomorrow onwards, we'll go for completely practical oriented installation practices going for tomorrow onwards. Today we have to understand, so why Python? Why should I learn Python? There are many languages are available. Then why should I go for Python? Okay, so I will let you know that. So one of the future is Python is easy to understand. So here it is having the basic syntaxes, and it is easy to understand. And it is a beginner's language. If you don't know anything, you can start with the Python. Generally, in 10 years back, okay, so if you are entering into the software industry, people are suggested to go for C language. Similar way, we can go for Python also. So those who already having a knowledge on any programming language, Python is very, very easy. You can play like anything. And Python is a portable. Portable means all kind of operating system platforms it can support. For suppose I can, there are different types of operating systems: Linux, Windows. Okay, the different operating systems are there. Whatever the code I have written in Linux, I can use this one here in Windows. Similar way, Windows to Linux I can use. Portable. Less lines of code. Number of lines are very less. So generally people are scared about the programming language based on number of lines. For suppose if you are starting reading book, what you are going to see, how many pages it is. Similar way, when you start implementing the Python, or if you see any existed code, people are scared about the language number of lines. But here, when compared to other languages, Python is having less lines of code. Consider an example. So here, if you want to print statement in C language, you have to write these lines of code. This is in the C++, and this is in the Java and Python, which is having a single line statement. Not only this one, okay, many places Python is having less lines of code when comparing it to other languages, and it is simple to implement because the syntaxes are very basic syntaxes, very easy to implement this one. And this is important, guys. Huge library support, huge library support. Here generally in the books, so what is library? Each contains set of books. Okay. Similar way, Python is having a libraries which is having some predefined code. Someone already written the code. You just use that library for your requirement. Just use that library for your requirement. Okay. So in all areas, Python is having the libraries. So those libraries, which areas it is available. Okay. So I'm going to discuss now. So for the time being, what you have to understand is there is a libraries which is a predefined code. Someone already written the code. You can just use that one and you can play with your work. And also, so what are the features? Here, Python is easy to learn and use. As I said, the syntaxes are easy. We can learn easily. Python is interpreted language. Actually, guys, Python we can say it as a interpreter and compiler both we can use. Generally, Python people are confusing. Some people are saying Python scripting. Some people are saying Python programming. Okay, both ways we can use. In the scripting point of view, interpreter will be there, and here in the programming point of view, compiler will be there. Both ways we can use, and we can call this one as a scripting or programming. Both ways we can use. So here, guys, initially this Python is implemented as a scripting only. Okay, later in 1996 around, okay, OOPS features are added, object oriented programming features are added, and it become the programming language. So we can call this one as anything, guys. Python scripting or Python programming, anything we can use. We can call this one as anything. And cross-platform language. As I said, we can use in one operating system and I can use implemented in another. I developed in one operating system, I can use this one in other. So we can use anything, guys. And free to install and open source. So some of the softwares there will be license you have to pay. For suppose .NET you have to pay Microsoft license. But Python is completely open source. You can download in your you can download and you can install even in the office environment, development, production, all places we can download and we can use this one. This is completely open source and object oriented, guys. So here those who already learned Java, they know futures of this one, object oriented futures. So here, guys, classes, objects, inheritance, polymorphism, encapsulation, encapsulation. Okay, so whatever the OOPS features, everything is supported in the Python. Guys, in the Python, so far whatever you are doing in the traditional, okay, so here, guys, in Python, okay, So here, whatever the Java features, okay, whatever the Java features we can implement in Python. So whatever the C languages features, whatever the scripting we can implement in Python. So Java code, whatever you are writing traditional, the same thing I can write in the Python. C language, any Linux scripts we can write in the Python. So which supports, it is having object oriented features, functional based features, script based features. All features is available here in the Python. So far in the traditional, whatever you are doing in Java, the same thing I can write in the Python. In the functional specific languages like C, okay, C is a functional specific, Java is object oriented. Both features it is having in the Python. And earlier people are using the Linux scripts. The same thing I can write in the Python, guys. Okay. And also Python is a extensible. I can use Python with a combination of other languages. For suppose, consider Python plus Java, Jython. If you install Jython, there you can write a code both Python and Java. There you can write a code both Python and Java. Guys, did I start recording? Okay. For suppose Python plus .NET. So which is Iron Python. Okay. Python plus Ruby. Ruby Python. So we can integrate Python with other languages also. Python plus C language, not Python. So here, so standard Python is implemented on top of this one only. Okay. So Jython, Iron Python, Ruby Python. So we can integrate Python with other languages also. Okay. And awesome online community. So many forums are available for the Python, guys. Nowadays, many forums are available in the any forums are available for this one Python related. So there is a Stack Overflow. Okay, for suppose if you are writing a code, you are stuck anywhere, you can simply post your query over there. Some people will be helpful to you. Some people will be helpful to you. And also nowadays, okay, multiple AI tools are also available. Consider ChatGPT. So multiple AI tools are also available to help you guys for coding related. Nowadays, coding become very easy when compared to others. So earlier in school days, college days, people are scared about the mathematics, and they are coming to this one. Sorry, people are scared about the mathematics. Similar way, in the software industry also, people are scared about the programming, so they are going for testing related, admin related. Some non-coding people will go. But nowadays, guys, coding is mandatory in your curriculum. At least one programming language is mandatory in your curriculum. People are expecting multiple skills, guys. I born and brought up testing, I will only do testing. No, it won't work. Even 10-15 years experience guys also, okay, they are expecting one programming language as a mandatory in your resume. Okay. And here guys, see, for suppose nowadays AI tools are also available. They provided the code, they provided the code. To understand the code, you should know the Python. You should know the Python. See, for suppose consider in school days, we are having mathematics. Okay. Though you have a calculator, but still you are learning mathematics, right? To use that mathematics, to use the calculator, we should know mathematics. We should know mathematics. So to use the calculator, we should know the mathematics. To use some AI tools, so someone already written the code, they are providing the code. To understand the code, we should know the language. We should know the syntaxes. Okay. And also Python is having large standard libraries. So some libraries, this is NumPy, some SciPy, these are all a mathematical library. As I said, a library is a predefined code. Some it is already available. We can use that one. And the GUI front end, okay, Kinter module, Kinter library. Using that, we can designing the GUI programming. We can do easy to integrate with other programming languages. As I said, we can combination, we can this one you can integrate with other languages. As I said, Java, .NET, Ruby, we can integrate like C, Java and all. Database community, we can connect it to the databases and we can extract the data from the databases. So these are all the features are available for the Python. In Python, these are all the available. And also, this is the IEEE spectrum has given the ranking for Python. Okay, so still it is there, which is one of the one of the top position Python. Okay, so a few minutes I will. So people are asking some questions. Python is compile or interpret. Both ways we can use. What do you mean by scripting? What do you mean by scripting? So here, scripting is also like a programming. Okay, multiple statements we can write. Okay, so here in the interpreter, consider Linux. Okay, Linux. So there we can write a scripting and programming. So if you write a script, so which is contains a multiple statements, so which is backend is an interpreter. Backend is an interpreter. Okay. Now, still, still, why should I go for Python? Okay. So what are the top 10 reasons to learn Python? And also, guys, these are all the top companies using Python: Dropbox, NASA, Yahoo, IBM, Facebook, YouTube, Mozilla, Google, and also Instagram, AWS, Cloud. So backend they are implemented in the cloud environment, also implemented using Python. And here, still, why should I learn Python? So what are the top 10 reasons to learn Python? What are the top 10 reasons to learn Python? One is, as I said, which is a open source, so which is free to install, open source completely. As I said, this is a high level language. So here we are using English statements only. Interpreted, as I said, Python we can use both interpreter and compiler. As I said, the large community, many forums are available. So in the forums, guys, in the worldwide, people are connected. So if you stuck anywhere, you can simply post your query over there. Okay, someone will help you in the worldwide. Portable. Portable, as I said, platform independent. I can develop the code in one operating system and I can use that one in another operating system. And extensible. As I said, we can use Python in combination with another languages like Java, Jython, .NET, Python, Iron Python. And web development, guys. So Python we can use in the web development. So if you want to implement any front end applications, okay, like any website, web servers, okay, so they are implementing everything in the this one. One of the way is we can go for Python. For suppose consider I want to develop a website. I want to develop a website related. Web servers are there. Backend you have to write some programs. So those we can write in other languages like Java, JavaScript, okay, struts we can use. The same thing, Python is having a framework Django, Django framework, Flask framework. Okay, front end applications we can design. So a website, if you want to prepare, if you want to build a website, okay, you can use Python. Python is already having the predefined one: Django, Flask, Pylons, Web2Py. So using that, we can build the applications and we can extract the data from the websites also. So if you want to go for web technology related, guys, if you want to implement, if you want to go for front end people, so there are front end and back end. Front end is a user one, user, you can see user interact one. So if you want to go for website related development, so there also Python is helpful to you. There also Python is helpful to you. For suppose if you want to go for any artificial intelligence related, if you want to go for any artificial intelligence, nowadays people are crazy about this AI tools related. So there also they are using the Python libraries like Scikit, Keras, TensorFlow, OpenCV. These are all predefined Python libraries are there. Okay, predefined Python libraries are there. So to understand, see here in OpenCV or TensorFlow, they already written the code in Python. So to use that one, we should know Python. To understand the code, we should know. For suppose you are reading a newspaper, Telugu newspaper or English newspaper, you know alphabets, you know grammar, then only you are understanding this one. Similar way, they are already written the code. Okay, to understand that one, first you know the Python. So if you want to go into AI area, so these are all the Python libraries are available, guys. Here, computer graphics. If you want to implement any UI, GUI interfaces, for suppose if you want to billing software, okay, medical billing, if you want to implement your own billing software to connect it to database and all, okay, so there is a Kinter module is available. If you want to implement any desktop applications, okay, sorry, any mobile applications, desktop applications, so they have a Jython and WX Python. If you want to go for any implementation of games, if you want to implement your own gaming, okay, so there also we have to write a code in Python. There is a library Pygame. Using that you can implement your own gaming. Now guys, this is one area you can go. If you know Python, you can learn Django and you can go for front end application website development, we can go. So once you learn Python, if you want to go into this one, you can explore these libraries and you can go for AI related. And also similar way, if you want to implement your own gaming related, first you should know Python and then you can use a Pygame library. Okay, you can go for this one. This is one more way, computer graphics related. And here, one more is testing related. Testing related. Those who already working in the testing. Okay, so there is a Selenium with the testing, Selenium with the Python. So there are manual testing, manual testing, automation testing. Automation testing is a Selenium. So Selenium related also, it is a library. For suppose if I learn Python now, I am the testing guy. I am the testing guy. If I learn the programming language Python, how it can helps me? So here there is automation tools. There is automation Selenium with Python you can do. And also you can write your own unit test cases using PyTest. So for the testing people also it can help. Big data guys. If you observe last decade, completely it will be into the big data related. Now the same big data we can handle in the cloud environment. We can handle in the cloud environment. So here there are some libraries, PyDoop, Dask, PySpark. So these are all the libraries in big data related. Nowadays everything will be into the cloud environment. There also we have these libraries. Scripting. If you want to implement some automation scripts, okay, in the Linux or any automation scripts, if you want to write, you can go for script automation. We can do using Python. Data science related. So nowadays, some people are crazy about the data science. So there also we should know Python. If you attend any data science related, okay, there they are going to teach these libraries. NumPy, Pandas, Matplotlib, Seaborn. So NumPy numerical Python, Pandas data frames to two cleaning operations we can do. Matplotlib charts representation, Seaborn visualization. To go into the data science area, first we should have a strong knowledge in Python, and then I can use these libraries to implement the use cases. Ultimately, people are working for the salary. So here, this is the trending in long back, guys. Not only now, this is not recently. In the earlier, the popular, okay, the popularity of the Python is like this. And also, as I said, some multiple people, Google, YouTube, Instagram, NASA. mathematical related, Dropbox, Facebook, Raspberry Pi, IoT related, IBM. So many big giants are using Python, guys. Okay, so these are all the areas I can say. So Python we can use in the web application development. We can go for AI tools, and AI we are having this one Scikit, TensorFlow, and all. Web application development we are having a Django framework, and also you can go for computer graphics, and also you can go for mobile application, and also we can go for this one data science related. We can go here in the big data related. In the big data we are having a PySpark. In the data science we are having a NumPy, Pandas. Okay, in the mobile application we have a WX Python, and we can go for gaming related Pygame. And if you go for any testing related, there is a PyTest and Selenium with Python. For suppose you are a DevOps guy, so here for suppose consider Ansible, one of the tool. There also you have a writing Python. Okay, for suppose if you are going for any scheduler, Airflow, so there also Python. If you go for any visualization related, okay, visualization related, example Power BI, so there also we can go for Python. So there also Python is required. If you go for any RPA, robotic process automation, there we have a Python libraries. If you go for robotics, there is a module called Pyro. If you go for any AWS cloud, okay, there is a Boto module we can use. And also if you go for any admin related, networking related, so there is a module client server module. And if you go for any web scraping, we have a libraries, extract the data from this one, web scraping. Okay, so to interact with any, so nowadays Python is having a libraries in every area, guys. Okay, every area we have a libraries. So first, to use this library we should know basics of Python. We should know basics of Python. Once you are strong here, then you can choose any one of the area. Okay, so nowadays multiple areas we have to work. So everywhere they already provided the library. Okay, for suppose here I am already having a library, PySpark library. There I have written the code in Python. To understand that code, I should know basics of Python. I should know basics of the Python. Okay, so as part of this course, these 2 weeks I am going to discuss completely basics of the Python. Once you strong here, guys, once you strong here, if you see any of the program, 50% code you will understand. Someone else already written the code. Someone else already written the code. After completion of your this course, 50 to 70% you will understand the code, guys. Remaining or that particular specific we have to discuss. Okay, so this is completely practical oriented, guys. Okay, okay, so for any doubts, guys, online folks, yeah, can you use this one in the cyber
Okay.
security? Yeah, X, we have it in the cyber security also. Okay, and also blockchain related. So every area we are having this one IoT related, right? IoT also we have Raspberry Pi. Okay, so any data management systems, I mean ETL tools related. Okay, in the cloud environment also, okay, we are having this Python related libraries. So where everywhere Python is having these libraries, some predefined code is available. You can use that one. For suppose AWS, okay, if you want to interact with the cloud environment, we have use a Boto module. For suppose I want to handle the big data, so I want to handle the big data, huge amount of data I can handle. So there is a PySpark module. Okay, all areas we are having a Python, guys. Okay, so so many people are having a myth. I am a non-IT background. Okay, I completed my graduation in civil. Can I come to software industry? Okay, so I'm a B Pharmacy, biotechnology. Entire different background people can learn and can practice this one, guys. So be a 10th class student, the way he is going to practice. If you practice the same thing like this, these 15 days, trust me, guys, you will get a confidence. And if you see any code, you will understand. And also you will keep this one in your resume as well. So as you good in Python. So mine is completely practical oriented. Okay. So I'm very passionate about this Python. So that's why long back I have discussed. Now long back, I mean, now I'm going to discuss again. Right now, actually, I'm going to discuss on data engineering related. So along with, I would like to give training on this Python also. Many people are scared about the programming language. That's why they are choosing in entire different fields. So that's why I would like to give this 15 days for Python, guys. So tomorrow, I'm going to discuss about Python installation in Windows. So how to install Python and how to execute programs in Python. Okay. So as part of this course, guys, okay, 15 days, I am going to discuss about so Python related. Okay. So variables, data types, con- conditional statements, for loops, functions, and file operations, functions, modules, and file operations. Okay. So these are all the things I am going to discuss. And after the session, I will share the recording, guys. You can go through the recording, guys. Okay. So those who are all interested to continue the course, please fill this form, guys. Okay.
Sir, can you
One second, one second, one second. Guys, so can you please make self mute? Malik, can you please make self mute? Send it. Okay. So people are asking questions. Okay. People are asking questions by private machine learning. Okay, okay. How can you send it that PDF? Okay. After learning basics of Python, what do next? Guys, here these are all the multiple areas you can go. These are all the multiple areas we can go as part of my related. Okay, I am working on big data related. So I am going to discuss about big data related, and then I am going to discuss on Azure related, Azure cloud, and you will be in a Azure data engineer position. So not now. Okay. So after completion of this training program, if you are okay, you can continue that one. So here this is the one, guys. And any other doubts? Okay, we are ready to dive into practical from tomorrow. Thank you so much. Okay. Yeah. So this is for today, guys. Tomorrow also you can join the session using the same link, guys. Using the same link you can join. And if you have any friends who would like to learn, okay, guys, this sessions is completely okay. From basics I'm going to discuss some non-IT people, freshers, okay, who is completing the graduations, who is pursuing the graduation, and housewives who is having the career gap. Okay, so many people are crazy about the software industry. Okay, but they don't have a proper guidance. Okay, so first let them start with the Python. Okay, if they are comfortable, really comfortable, okay, then they can learn any other, because every area we should know this one, at least one programming language mandatory now. Okay, so this is for today, guys. I will address the question, guys. Okay, this is for today. So tomorrow you can join the session using the same link, and I will provide the recording as well. After the session I will provide the recording as well, guys. Okay, yeah, thank you. And if you have any, okay, if you have any queries, you can send me an email, srinivas@pythoncoding.in. You can drop me the email, guys. Okay, thank you.
Sir, I have a question.